Have you not listened to Jess? She says she has prostate issues.
Next, you're going to see my penis on TV.
And now, Cheese Wits.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
I don't have time. And I kind of don't want to.
I just don't want to.
Well,
Not in the mood to.
I'm not really either.
Haven't been in the mood to. Haven't been in the mood to want to really for a while.
Yeah.
And that's really want to anything. I mean, it's just, I don't want to.
Yeah. What happened with your bowling alley?
The landlord decided they were going to kick us out and put in a trampoline park.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Uh-huh.
Sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
Any possibility of going in a new spot, or that's too much?
I don't want to. I mean, that's really where it is. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to.
I get it.
You know, I don't have the drive. I don't have the desire. I mean, I'm hungry and I don't even want to pull into Sheets and get any food. But you know what? I'm going to. Damn it, because I want some potato chips. So I'm going to go inside Sheets.
You know what?
And I'm going to get some potato chips.
Good for you for pushing through.
You know, because I was just going to go to Sonic and get a corn dog. But I said, you know what? No. Let's just go to Sheets.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy a lottery ticket.
I do miss Sheets.
You know, now that I live in a city that's got Sheets, Royal Farms, and Wawa, the lowest rung is now Royal Farms.
I don't think I've ever been to a Royal Farms.
I don't think you're missing much.
They've been saying they were going to build a Wawa around the corner, but I don't know in which year that's supposed to happen.
Wawa is great because Wawa has a Coke Freestyle machine.
Oh.
So I can go in and I can get the no sugar orange high C if I want. Or conversely, I can go in and get a full-blown Dr. Pepper if I want. Some machines even have Mr. Pibb. It just depends on where you are, you know?
I don't need a Mr. Pibb.
Oh, I do. I love Mr. Pibb, but not having had soda now for, God, I guess about 10 months. It's like, oh, what a difference it's made in my gut.
That is so funny you said that. I'm just doing.
Wally, we can see you, but your microphone is incorrect.
It's not working?
Well,
no, it's working now.
It is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's so funny you mentioned soda. I have not had soda in months and months. I am having a Diet Coke right now. And I said to I called Cheyenne and said, listen, do you happen to have any Diet Cokes? Because I really have had a lousy day and I have the taste for soda. And she was like, yeah, the way you unwind. And having a cold one. So I'm having one of those small, the tiny cans.
Oh.
The pony cans.
Yeah. The little one.
I don't know why they call them pony cans. It doesn't make any sense, but they always call those pony cans.
I call it delicious. Even though it's diet, it's delicious. I'm like going all out.
I like Diet Coke.
How are y'all?
I just don't want to.
Yeah, same.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had a shit day, but I'm feeling better. I usually the podcast for me is an interruption to my day, right?
Yeah.
But today it's like, I'm really looking forward to just stopping and doing the podcast.
Did you hear him just say he doesn't like us?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, usually it interrupts my flow, right? Because I'm stopping in the middle of my work day, like you guys are too. But well, I don't know if Chris is.
Something about Aunt Flo. I don't. You can tell I'm a little bit out of it.
Well,
And I have been for several days, ever since this whole bowling alley thing blew up. It's just, I've been
what's going on
miserable.
with the bowling alley?
Well, it's a place you go to knock down pins, but that's not important right now.
What's going on with the blow up?
The landlord decided to put in a trampoline park, to rent it out to a trampoline park instead of us. So
what?
Yeah, just broke our lease and rented it out to somebody else. So the amount of money that I'm going to lose is incomprehensible.
Right after buying a house.
Right after buying a house.
How the fuck? So I'm sorry. I'm just lost because I realize that you lose out here, but he's gonna. Who has to pull up all the machinery and stuff? You?
By the end of June.
Oh my fuck.
Yeah.
Any chance of you buying and building?
I just don't know whether I want to.
Right.
You know, that's just. I told Jess. She said the same thing. I'm like, I just don't know whether I want to. You know, I just don't want to. You know, I don't think I have the. I just don't think my heart's in it anymore. You know, I mean, it's kind of like radio stations. You know, once I sold that one station, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do it again. Then I went and bought these translators that I'm holding on to. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we'll see if that ever pans out. So,
yeah, well, eventually you hit the wall, right?
Right. That's exactly right.
Because so radio for me and maybe radio for you guys, I get sick of fucking getting knocked down so many times.
Well,
and
yeah.
You keep picking yourself up and you keep getting up and you keep saying the next one will be better. The next one will not get sucked into the fucking vortex of corporate bullshit. No, you keep getting knocked down.
I think the thing is, though, that the bullshit isn't just limited. Unfortunately, the bullshit isn't just limited to radio. And so,
no.
You know, retirement age, I don't know if I've said this here. I know I've said it recently to several people. Retirement age used to be significantly younger than it is now. It used to be in the 50s.
Jess, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
I don't even know what retirement is.
Right.
I've never even thought.
Oh, we won't retire.
Right.
We won't.
But the
I
thing
will
is,
absolutely die.
Probably the reason that retirement age used to be in the 50s is because by the time you get to this point, you're so fucking tired. Like, I'm just I would retire today if I had the means. I can't do it, but I would do it.
I think also, Jess, that by the time you were in your 30s, maybe, and I don't know, this is again anecdotal, but by the time you were 40, you had a house. No, not anymore.
Oh, you mean back in the day? Back when retirement was an option?
Right, back when retirement was 62.
Back then you had a house in your 20s. You were married and already had 2.3 kids.
20 years ago, I had a house in my 20s. I've owned, this is my fourth house now.
Yeah, you can't. I think now people, they can't. They just can't because they're not earning enough to buy a $480,000 2-bedroom ranch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. God knows I'm not, but we did it anyhow.
But you can't do it anymore at 25 or 28 when people were doing it.
No, you can't. And then you get to our age, and it's like, who wants to write a 30-year note for somebody that's almost 50?
Or listen, or already 60.
Yeah.
Who because that note's never. But then there's more incentive for them to say, oh yeah, 60. We'll write that 30 years. You're going to certainly be dead before 90. We'll just take it over. You'll pay us. You're basically paying a long-term lease.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah. And then they're going to go ahead and take away the house. That's it.
Yeah, you got it right. So I wanted to point out a little thing that here's how I know that the ethnic makeup of our area is changing.
Oh, shit.
Not in the hamlet that I live in. But like if you lived in, let's say, I don't know, in Marion, Georgia, or somewhere Alabama, anywhere Alabama, and they put in a Chipotle, white folk are moving in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right. I mean, there's lots of Chipotles here, yeah.
So here, not in my town, but in the next town over, they're putting in a Popeyes. So they don't put in a Popeyes for white folk.
Well,
now let me tell you,
but it is a good thing.
The food is good. The red beans and rice, they're pretty outstanding.
What I told my daughter, the best thing about Popeyes is the red beans and rice. The chicken, I prefer the Colonel.
But, listen, I just moved out of a neighborhood a couple years ago, and I don't want to be that person, but I'm going to be that person. It was time to move out when in the shopping center closest to the house, they put in a local chain called Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. It was time to move.
Well, I think
that is the international sign when they bring a fish fry to your neighborhood.
Right.
It is time to go.
But why, Chris?
I don't want to live near a Waffle House either.
Now, Jess, if you look and see the locations that Hip Hop Fish and Chicken are in, the only location that you will see that is anywhere near a neighborhood with homes in it is mine.
Okay.
Most of the rest of them are in what would be considered abandoned churches' chicken locations.
Right.
Okay.
Or abandoned gas stations that they've retrofitted into Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. Okay.
I'm just saying, having come from a neighborhood where I was the only white person. Everything was fine until the one neighbor moved in. Everything was fine.
Listen,
they could have put a Hip Hop Fish and Chicken across the street, and I would have been fine until this cunt next door had moved in.
Maybe I'm just scared of the black man.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No,
bring it up at your next clan meeting. It'll be fine.
Listen, I haven't been to a clan meeting since I was dicking around with that colored girl. Now I don't do that anymore. Okay, but it's been that long.
The clan, the only folks that iron sheets.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. So when Cheyenne was living out in San Jose, she lived in a one of those sort of gated but not really gated, but she was the only, and there were probably 300 apartments in this thing. She was the only white shiksa in the place. She was the only white girl. There was no problems.
No.
There was. It's not the It's not the people. Certain businesses attract the wrong kinds of people, and not by base of race, just by base of troublemakers. They just seem to attract trouble. Waffle houses attract troublemakers. They just do. You don't see a family of 4 going to the Waffle House for breakfast.
You do in Tennessee.
Yeah, in Tennessee.
Well, maybe there.
A Waffle House. Yeah, I mean, I've seen families going to a Waffle House. It's a little different than Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. It's a different thing.
I will retract that and say that maybe daytime Waffle House is way different than 2 a.m. Waffle House.
Well, yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Anywhere.
Anything in the daytime is different. Fucking 7-Eleven at 2 a.m.
That's what I was
going to
say. Sheets is a little different.
I will not go into 7-Eleven any time of day around here. I just won't. I have the only time I've gone into the 7-Eleven is to take pictures, because I work for a company on occasion that takes inventory pictures, and when I go into the 7-Eleven, it's just nasty. With 8 hour with hot dogs and been sitting on that spindle for 6 or 7 hours.
Hey, listen, it's just fried bologna at that point. It's fine.
It's fine. So terrible. It's just they have the weird sausage thing, the breakfast. It's like a.
See, I don't do those, but 7-Eleven, they've got a cheeseburger bite that's cheeseburger in a roll, and I got to tell you, it is pretty fucking good. Okay.
But Chris, this is the stuff that has near killed you. It's not pretty good. You're asking for the death wish.
Hey, you know what? Look, somebody
like Charles Bronson food.
I imagine this in my life, and I imagine it in business as well. Somebody asked about the bowling alley, and I gave them the explanation. At the end of the explanation, I said, you know what? Sometimes euthanasia is better than the natural death. Okay. And I got to tell you, that's where I'm sitting right now. So I would like some 7-Eleven shit food.
Well, if I were you, then you should move back to the neighborhood where they've got the
hip hop fish and chicken. See, now I'm not scared of the Spaniards. It's a nice place called Mariachi right by the house. It's a great place.
Spaniards, Jesus. You've been talking to Al about
the Spaniards,
about Hispaniac.
Yeah. Yes, the Hispaniac, Tennessee. Look, it's not like I said, "Hey, Jess, what are you doing tonight?" Jess says nothing, and I say, "Jess, well, how about we go out for some Oriental food?" Okay, it's not like I said that. Okay, it's a totally different thing.
Do you have you eaten at the Del Taco?
Oh, I love Del Taco. It's so much better than any Taco Bell could ever hope to be.
It is better than any Taco Bell for sure.
Their fries are shit, but the tacos themselves are great.
Who gets fries at a taco place?
Well, because they get with a meal. They come with a meal. If you get a number 2 or whatever, you get 2 tacos and it comes with fries.
And you get a number 2.
Yeah, well, for me, it's a number 3. They all go at once.
It's a foreshadow. It's a foreshadow.
The aptly named number 2.
I at the Del Taco, very good. Yeah, I don't understand people who go to like I don't know, let's just say Longhorn Steakhouse, but let's say Ruth Chris. Let's say they go there and they order chicken.
Wait a minute, hold on. Back the fuck up. Those are fighting fucking words. Okay.
You order steak.
I go to Ruth's Chris and I get the chicken stuffed with the cheese sauce or whatever it is, the cream cheese, whatever. And it is heavenly.
Because you see, Wally, sometimes people go to restaurants with other people.
Yeah, but you don't go to a steakhouse to have pasta. Let's go there. When people go to,
why not?
If the
steakhouse offers it, why wouldn't you want to order
Olive Garden?
Well, and there's
because it's not their specialty.
Well, it's not their specialty, but I mean, for fuck's sake, it's on the menu. I mean, I'm gonna try. Yeah, it's not like they pulled it out of their assholes.
My feeling is usually stuff that they don't sell a lot of, and you're going to get the back of the freezer shit they're going to pull out. It's going to be freezer burn.
When I was in high school, my senior year, I went out with my girlfriend and her family to dinner the first time. Okay, my first experience with what is known as the Jewish people, and
Chinese restaurant.
Nope, straight to the deli. It was a beautiful place called BJ Pumpernickel's. Okay. But I did not grow up in a sandwich life. And, I had no idea what a Reuben was, except for, the guy named Mike in 3rd grade in front of me. I had literally no idea. And I'm always afraid of getting weird shit in my food, like onions or whatever. So I'm not going to order the standard tuna. So I ordered like the fettuccine Alfredo. And Melissa's mother, you're at a fucking deli.
I'm with her.
You two would get along.
Now, I have a friend. As a matter of fact, she just landed in Nashville an hour and a half ago. And she is a very picky eater. But when we go out as a group, we will go to a place where we're sure that there's something that she can eat. But she doesn't eat chicken. So if we go to a place that their specialty is chicken and she orders a hamburger, we're not going to yell at her for that. Like,
so what? You're not taking her to Jesus Chicken then?
Well, I'm not going to Jesus Chicken.
I wouldn't yell at somebody. I'm just. I think to maximize.
Well, would you say that it would then make more sense while the rest of us go to a chicken restaurant, a restaurant that specializes in chicken, that we just send her down the road to Burger King?
I wouldn't send anybody to Burger King.
Well, let's just theoretically say.
You're missing the point, Wally. Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
You're trying to create a silly situation to catch.
You're creating a silly rule, so I can create a silly situation. A rule. You are.
If you go to a Chinese restaurant, you don't fucking go there to think you're going to get a good steak, even though it might be on the menu.
Jesus Christ, I have never regretted bringing up fries with tacos before.
Well, they are terrible, though.
It's fucking awful. They are fucking awful. But those cheese wraps and those beef wraps, Del Taco's great. I mean, that's
what is this cheese-filled chicken? I'm interested in. Now.
It's if you look at the Ruth's Chris menu, it is the stuffed chicken breast, and you get that with a Sneezer salad, and it's just so good.
I'm interested in that now.
It is
but
so
it's
good.
at a steakhouse, Wally, so you're not allowed to get it.
Yeah, it's at a steakhouse. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that Jesus is going to come and get you.
I think there's a
it.
difference between a Ruth's Chris and Longhorns.
Well, when I go to
brought
Longhorn,
up Ruth's Chris.
When I go to Longhorn, I get the chicken tenders, Wally.
Yeah, a lot of people do, I think.
So then they wouldn't be getting freezer burn chicken from the back of the. Is what you're saying?
They might. I don't know what the fuck they get.
The Parmesan chicken at Longhorn is incredible. It's two chicken breasts. It's the Parmesan chicken.
There is nothing at Longhorn that's incredible.
The Alice chicken, the Alice Springs chicken at Outback is good.
Yes, I love it. I don't get the mushrooms, but the Parmesan stuff at Longhorn is great. I mean, it is a very, very good meal. Very satisfying. Gives me the shits.
Chris, how long is the list of foods that does not give you the shits?
It is slightly shorter than a CVS receipt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now I am curious. So on the bowling alley, you just have to rip it up and just move on. Does that include the floor?
30 days. Somebody's going to buy the machines. Somebody will buy the floor panels. I got to figure out a way to sell the scoring system. You know, it'll all go at some point. Dang. But it's, I mean, it is. My month of June is just totally fucked.
It just seems like because it's all duck. Is it all duck pin stuff?
It's all duck pin stuff.
Yeah, so it's a specialty, right?
Yeah. I mean, the vultures are out. They want my parts and machines. You know, the lanes are the same. The only thing that's different are the machines.
Yeah.
And, you know, people want them, but of course nobody wants to pay for shit because, well, you're going out of business. You don't need it anymore. Mm-hmm. Hey, fuck your mother. Mm-hmm. Okay. I do need the money. I have other things to pay off. We've got a small business loan probably sitting at about $180,000 personally guaranteed by me and my partners. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. How do you pay that?
An SBA?
Uh-huh. So how do you pay that?
Yeah, because the SBA, you can't bankrupt an SBA or walk away. An SBA has to be paid back because I have an SBA too.
Yep.
Mine's down. I think I'm down to about maybe 20,000 I owe.
I mean, we might wind up paying back, you know, if they'll take this, you know, like $5 a month or something.
Right.
You know, to keep it, quote, current. And I'll just be paying on it until I'm dead.
Yeah.
Which could be next week. I don't know.
Oh, you're not going to be dead next week.
Oh, you don't know that.
No, you're right. I don't know that. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful you'll be dead next week. I had something else. All right. That's it.
Have you guys watched either The White Lotus or The Righteous Gemstones?
Can't say that I have.
There is a disturbing trend that I'm noticing in shows these days, and those two specifically are egregiously guilty of it, and that trend is penis.
They're showing penis?
They're showing penis on TV shows?
On naked, wholly visible, some people shaking them around, penis.
You know what really disturbed me was seeing on Oz, on HBO, seeing Luke Perry's penis.
In the first 20 minutes of The White Lotus, you see Steve Zahn's entire ball sack and the tip of his penis because he's got his hand around it.
Ooh.
In The Righteous Gemstones, you see everybody's fucking penis. Walton Scoggins does a whole scene where he's dancing around, like shaking it at people. If I wanted to see a naked penis, I would allow a man to come into my house. I don't want to see all these penises.
Hey, ain't no goddamn man coming to my motherfucking house.
That's
I'll tell
right.
you goddamn man.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's one of my friends said, well, I mean, we've been forced to see boobs all this time. Yeah, and I don't want to see that either. But also, both decisions have been made. Both decisions have been made by men. At no point are directors going, you know what this scene needs? Lots of penises. Nobody's doing that.
Well, you've not been part of a focus group lately, have you?
No, I have not.
I have been part of a focus group before. Yeah, and the writers might be women. It might be women writing in, hey, we want to see some dicks.
Nope.
I don't know who writes this shit. I'm not completely comfortable with full frontal nudity, male or female.
There's female nudity in both of those shows as well, but not nearly as much as there is male nudity.
It feels like, is the male nudity more gratuitous, do you think?
For sure.
Is it shock value?
When there's female nudity, for the most part, there's actually it's a sex scene,
right?
One or two cases, like there was one case where there's some boobs and the guys are doing cocaine or whatever, and it's strippers. But like with Walton Scoggins, he walks into a dressing room and takes his clothes off and he's standing there naked, and the other three characters are like, you're naked, and he's like, that's right, and he's dancing and he's shaking around like it's just for no fucking reason.
And female nudity is just kind of accepted.
Yeah.
Where male nudity is like, oh no.
I mean, I don't need to see any of it, but I am definitely not interested. I mean, I'm definitely not interested in seeing any of it, but it's just there are too many penises on these shows.
Yeah. So I think that if I were watching either, that's so funny because Jody asked last night if I had watched any of The White Lotus yet. And I said, no, I haven't seen any of it. But now I'm thinking I probably won't watch it. Or had I been watching it and they were showing gratuitous penis just for the sake of showing penis, I would be like, it doesn't interest me.
I mean,
it doesn't advance the story.
It's less in The White Lotus, and there was a reason for I don't think we had to see it, but in the White Lotus, it's in the first 20 minutes, and Steve Zahn's character thinks he has ball cancer, and he's asking his wife to look, and his wife is played by Connie Britton, and she's actually like leaning down and looking, and it's funny. But also, like, nobody of all of the memes and everybody talking about White Lotus on social media, not one person warned me that in the first 20 minutes I was going to see Steve Zahn's balls.
And so that's sort of telling it right there too, that it wasn't shocking, or it wasn't just people didn't find it to be interesting enough to make a meme out of it.
The show is kind of bizarre. Like the show as a whole
hasn't it won like a ton of awards?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one that I have bypassed. I don't even, what is it about?
It's about a hotel, like a chain of hotels called the White Lotus. And basically about how rich people, how they're really oblivious about the lives of anybody around them and how they treat people and how people who are not rich are able to sort of manipulate them because all they care about is being rich and having things and having services and things done for them. And somebody is murdered in every season.
Oh, well, that's good.
But you don't find out until the end who gets murdered.
You don't find out to the end who gets murdered?
The end of the season. In the beginning of the season, you have an indication that someone has been murdered or someone is about to be murdered.
Right.
But then they go back to the beginning of the story. And so the season is telling the story of that hotel, And so the first one's in Hawaii and the second one's one of them's in Thailand.
Is there any detective work involved, or is it just, it just happens to be somebody gets murdered?
It just happens that somebody gets murdered.
Yeah, I have not. Maybe I might take a look at it. I might want to take a look at it. I'll warn Joe. Hey, do you want to see Steve Zahn's penis?
Only in the first 20 minutes. I can't think of.
Of course I do.
I can't remember if there was any more penis in the rest of that show. That was the first, and then I started watching The Righteous Gemstones that somebody else told me to watch. Fucking incredible cast, and also so much penis.
Wow.
Penis?
Now, is there more penis than boob?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
interesting.
it's weird getting out of your car and saying the word penis out loud like that. The neighbors look at you funny.
Mm-hmm.
That seems weird to me.
Yeah.
And it also, now I have to watch it just to see if I think it's gratuitous.
Yeah, you should.
Gratuitous penis?
Yeah, do they show it just for the shock value to say, oh, here's a show that shows penis?
I don't know, because The Righteous Gemstones is so well written. It's hilarious. It's the cast, like I said, the cast is incredible. John Goodman, like there's everybody in it is a name.
Are they showing John Goodman's penis?
See, now I can't remember I don't think I've seen John Goodman's penis. I don't think so.
Oh, you'd remember that hog.
I don't think so.
Chris breaks it down to the
Man,
essence.
look at that. Look at that penis that Roseanne sucked on. Ain't that something?
Yeah, but he's a lot thinner now, so you can probably see it now.
Oh,
Back in the day, there probably
Lordy.
wasn't a lot of seeing of it.
I would agree with you.
Oh, by the way, where that Popeye's chicken went in, it used to be a place that had poutine and fries. Do you know what the poutine the poutine is? Mm-hmm. Where they have the French gravy and cheese curds. Mm-hmm. The old Frenchies are they're dying out finally.
Hey, they might be dying out, but you know what they just announced? I saw a couple days ago that they're putting in down here. Timmy's.
Go.
They're putting
Tim Hortons?
Timmy's. They're putting 10 locations in Maryland.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
They closed every single Tim Hortons in Maine.
Really? Oh, that's right. You told me.
And
that.
you think there'd be one open here because it's so French here.
Well, it's Canada
South.
South.
So French Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Canada South. You're right. Not a single Tim Hortons, but that's because Dunkin' Donuts rules the roost.
As it should.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but we've also
look. Dunkin' has not gotten iced tea correctly yet. That's the problem with me.
Dunkin' has iced tea.
Yeah, they do, but it's shitty.
He said they haven't gotten it correct.
Oh, I think, don't they have frozen iced tea?
Chris, Wally's about to tell you that you're not allowed to order iced tea when you go to Dunkin' because that's not what their specialty is.
That's a coffee place, Jess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No,
and I should be severely reprimanded.
I'm about to tell you. Hey, shithead, don't twist what I'm saying to try to meet your narrative.
That's not twisted.
Shithead.
Yeah, shithead.
Wow.
That's what I'm calling Jess today. Shithead.
Like it would be the first time I've been called that.
Ding.
Get behind my mother. That'd
be mild. It's almost a nicety.
Yeah.
It's by the way, I'm sweaty and baking here today. It is so, and I'm looking at that. It's 68 degrees. It feels like it's fucking 100.
Yeah, it's 80 here.
Oh, I couldn't, you guys.
Yeah, it's 80 here too.
I hate sweaty balls. I could not deal with. I do not like that kind of temperature. 68. And I'm going like, oh, fuck, it's hot.
So Jesse,
yes,
are we allowed to talk about the elephant we didn't talk about last week too much?
Which elephant would that be?
The stepfather.
Oh yeah, you can talk about him.
Okay, because I have a legitimate question.
Okay.
And this is not meant to be assholic, but it's going to come out that way because Roth.
Yeah.
Is your mother aware?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember when my mom's brother died, they never even told my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
She just lived on for another 2 years, wondering whether Patrick was ever going to come back to the house again.
No, they told my mom that night. And because also, like I said last week, my aunt told my mother that since they murdered him,
oh, that's right,
be demanding to leave. And
I might not have been on for that part of the show. Remember, I ran quickly last week when my dad showed up at my house.
Oh, that's right. What happened?
Long story.
Okay,
but continue, please.
Yeah. So my aunt told my sister overheard the conversation where my aunt told my mom that since they murdered my stepfather, my mom should be demanding that we move her out of there. And my sister got into a big argument with my aunt and then came to my brother and me and said, I thought you guys were exaggerating. She's awful. I was like, yeah, no shit.
And there it is. So she is aware of her surroundings now.
So she's aware of her surroundings. She's just very easily manipulated. She just has enough dementia that she doesn't really understand why she's not getting her way all the time. And she's very easy to manipulate. But my sister texted us the other day and said, Mom said she hung up on Jackie being my aunt.
Okay.
And I was like, well, good. Maybe she'll stop listening to her then. I doubt it, but good.
Wow. Yeah, I was just kind of curious about that, just because the way my own family decided to handle the situation, which I think was kind of wrong.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
My grandmother, she would have forgotten about it.
My sister told me when she was telling me about this conversation with my aunt, she said, Mom told me this morning she really likes it here except for Madison. And I said, who's Madison? She said, one of the nurses. I said, no, the nurses are, I don't know, Evelyn and Elizabeth. And she's like, oh. I said, Madison was at the last place. So she's a little bit confused about who she doesn't like. But when my sister was arguing with my aunt, I heard, when she told me about the argument, I went back and checked the camera. And so I could hear exactly what my aunt was saying. And I couldn't hear it all, but I heard my sister go, she's happy here. And my mom had to pipe up with, no, I'm not happy because my husband died. So she's calling me and leaving me voicemails saying things like, my husband died, so I should get what I want.
Wow. Well, all right.
Yeah.
She sort of only recognizes you as some sort of caretaker or something. My husband died.
It's
like you had no involvement with him.
Yeah.
You're an outsider.
Exactly.
You're an ancillary being with no input, no anything. Jess, my husband died.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give me whatever I want.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's a little silly. I think it's a little silly.
Yeah.
Well, she is silly though. I guess we can't laugh at people who are silly.
I mean, we can.
Oh, we do.
We do.
It's allowed.
Yeah.
It is. It's allowed to happen. I have what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say.
It's all right. You're old, Wally.
Yeah. You guys, I feel kind of old some days, like super old. I feel just like immensely old. But hey, how about Pete Hegseth? He had another one of those signal things.
Okay, if he isn't out of his job, there is something
with his wife.
How do I say this? It's something wrong in this country.
And his lawyer were on this one.
And how about I just heard today that he, while we're slashing unnecessary spending, he spent thousands of taxpayer dollars to have a room in the the press area for him to get his makeup done because he does TV appearances. He had a makeup room built for himself
in the Pentagon.
Yeah, he
is a manly man. That guy.
Yeah,
he is so manly.
Jesse, there's nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
I mean, when we had a female vice president, she didn't need to have a makeup room.
Okay, well, as you know, if you would just go to The Blaze or if you would go to InfoWars, you know that's a man. Okay?
InfoWars.
You know that is a man.
Okay. Kamala's a man?
That's correct. That is exactly what InfoWars will tell you.
Well, I had no idea. But if in that case, then
Hillary was definitely a man.
Then we should have gone ahead and elected him.
Well, and then we had President Barry Soetoro as well, if you remember, according to InfoWars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who was that? I don't remember that one.
That's the Alex Jones. Remember that shit?
Oh, I know Alex Jones, but who's Barry Soetoro?
Barry Soetoro. That's Barack Obama.
Oh, is that what they call
him? Barry Soetoro. That was apparently his birth name in Hawaii. I don't fucking know. It's too much to go on.
Well, no wonder he changed his name Barack. Barry's a shitty name.
It is.
Well,
Barack is a much more memorable name.
I'm still referring to your president as Donna Joe. So,
as much as I don't like the guy, and I hate to say that out loud because I'm sure I'll be killed.
Yeah,
but as much as I don't like the guy,
you're just going to be deported to Venezuela.
He's still my president. Mm-hmm. All these people running around going, that's not my president. It's not my president. Then I guess you live in another country, okay? Because I don't like it,
or just wish I did.
But he's my president, and you know what? I support his right to be president. I support his right to do everything that he wants to fucking do. That's his job, and somebody will vote him out and fucking put him in jail.
I do not support his right to do everything he wants to do.
No, because then he's taking away everyone else's rights.
That is exactly my point. And once we're all dead, it'll be fine.
Yes, it will.
Even the U.S. dollar is like at its lowest against like the French franc and the euro. It's a matter. The U.S. dollar is so low, you guys, and I'm stealing a piece of this joke from somewhere else.
Uh-oh.
That the Chuck E. Cheese coupons are worth more than the U.S. dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can still get a blow pop at Chuck E. Cheese for 10 coupons, but you need $100 U.S. to get one.
Well, in the Philippines, I could actually get a blowjob for 10 Chuck E. Cheese tickets too. So
yes, you could.
God, it's going to piss off our listener in the Philippines, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and in Thailand, you could get one from a lady boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called? Lady boy? Is
Lady boy.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
As they say in the movie, they don't call it bang cunt, honey.
Hey, well, here's one. Do you guys remember? I think I talked about this months and months ago. I talked about the NOAA, the National Oceanic yada yada.
The weather people.
Yeah, and I talked about the guy who owns AccuWeather.
Yeah, who just went all AI.
Yeah, and so then you see what Doge does. They cut the National Weather Service and NOAA because it's so fucking obvious. People who don't know that those two organizations are government organizations, and the AccuWeather is the private organizations have been trying to get rid of those so that he can sell AccuWeather information to local TV and radio and blah 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 and be the company that does that. It's so fucking obvious what these cocksuckers are doing and trying to privatize and make money for their rich friends.
Have you ever seen a cock in his mouth? I'm curious. Has there ever been a sighting?
But I'm going to use our dear president's way of putting it. People have said, I don't know it, but people have said.
Everybody's saying
he has a cock in his mouth now and again. I've never seen it. I don't know it for sure, but I have heard it at the Hannaford. I heard somebody walking by me saying, that guy who owns AccuWeather had a cock in his mouth.
By the way, we only talked about this very briefly last week, but that whole Katy Perry, Gayle King going up into a rocket thing.
It's all bullshit, wasn't it?
Oh, bullshit.
I saw after we did last week's show, I saw this video where Gayle King was chastising everyone for making fun of them. And she said something about being an astronaut. And she said, it feels so weird calling myself an astronaut right now. And I actually said out loud, Gayle King, if you were an astronaut, then Wally and Chris are both gynecologists.
Listen, I am amateur-wise.
Yeah.
Astronaut?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they flew just barely out of Earth's atmosphere.
And what did she, I want to know what job she and Katie had because just, if I ride in an Uber, I'm not Mario Andretti.
No, you surely aren't. If you change a tire, you're not on the pit crew.
Right. So I want to know exactly what her role was, what she did besides get into a large penis and fly into space.
I don't think she flew. I don't think it went up. I mean, all of a sudden the door was open from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
It's like the moon landing. It's
and
fake.
there's like screws that are missing between the two pictures. There's like rivets that are missing from the before and after pictures. It's all bullshit.
You know, Katy Perry kissed the ground, so obviously it was real.
Well, it had to be.
And I listen. I didn't see any of that stuff about them. The only thing I did see was a goofy picture of Katy Perry in some sort of goofy outfit. Did she wear a goofy outfit into space?
They all wore
she was they were in that blue shit.
The blue space suits.
Oh, I thought I saw her in some sort of. She is quite eccentric.
And that's never bothered me. Like, if you want to be eccentric.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. But she takes ordinary shit and makes it like so. Just
and good for her. But
uninviting.
And then Gayle King is like, and people who are criticizing us, have you ever been to space? Bitch, no, we have bills.
And I also haven't eaten out Oprah Winfrey, but whatever.
Right.
You're right.
We're trying to afford eggs, Gayle King, but
what was that?
Throw up.
Oh, well, okay. I'll walk it back a little bit. I've never sniffed Oprah's panties, Gayle.
Who the fuck wants to think about Oprah Winfrey's box? Certainly Stedman Graham didn't. And here's Wally.
Well, I'm attacking Gayle King, okay? It's again another one of those, and there's a case of black privilege. It's a case of money privilege, right? It's a case of wealth privilege.
Just straight privilege, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a case of privilege. So if you want to say, "Oh, the space, but this program is so great," and blah blah blah, yeah, it is if you're fucking a mega wealthy person,
right? And she wanted to make it like it was some kind of female empowerment thing.
Oh, bullshit!
But it's not a female empowerment thing. No. If it's not accessible,
you paid the money
to the majority of women.
Exactly.
Did they pay to go up?
Yeah,
they all had to pay.
Well, what was the cost? Is it $1 million?
They all had different prices, actually.
Who do you think paid the most? Katy Perry? Who else?
I know one of them paid $300,000. Another one paid a little over $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So,
was it just who else was it? What besides Katy and
Jeff Bezos' girlfriend?
That was probably a free ride.
Yeah, she.
Well, it was his. Wasn't it his?
Free ride.
Wasn't it his rocket or something?
Mm-hmm.
They're all fucking clowns.
Yeah.
They're so removed from where almost everybody else in this country lives. Where almost everybody on the fucking planet lives. In the middle, almost everybody lives in the middle lane, and these fuckers run around doing this. Look at me, and you mock them. They're like, "How could you mock me? Because I'm fucking eating boxed macaroni and cheese, and you're paying $1 million to ride up in space. That's why you cunt."
Right. People can't afford groceries. The world is on fire, and you're frivolously throwing money away for a rocket ship ride and then saying, "Look at me, empowering you."
Jess, do you feel just stronger as a woman today because they went up?
It reminds me of let's flash back to the movie What About Bob? I'm sailing. I'm a sailor. I sail.
It's, you know what? Now I might have to go back and watch. I might have to watch that.
You're going to have to.
Yeah, I might have to go back and watch it. I've been trying to find older movies to watch to just to entertain myself. You guys, I have a hard time staying awake past 9:30 these days.
So do I. I have a hard time waking up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely no problem. I find myself oftentimes waking up at 4 a.m. and watching a full movie, like a 90-minute movie, because I'm wide awake at 4 a.m. But at 9:30, I'm like, and that's maybe why I'm awake at 4 a.m. At 9:30.
Yes, that would tend to be the case. That if you wake up at 4 a.m, you're gonna fall asleep early.
Well, the only thing that I watch 4 a.m, you know what my movie's called? It's called The Flow. Okay. That's where I get at 4 a.m. That's it. I wake up and I piss and I get back in bed.
Yeah, I wish I could get up and go just once at night.
God.
I'm at least a 3-timer every night.
You wonder why all of us look like shit. None of us are getting any sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Jess, do you get up multiple times in the evening?
Huh?
Do you have to get up multiple times to use the bathroom?
Sometimes.
Wow. Have you not listened to Jess? She says she has prostate issues.
Next, you're going to see my penis on TV.
How is your medication going, and what's going on with your foot?
Well, my foot continues to swell up and then not be swollen up and then, not be as swollen and then swell up again. And I thought that maybe my leg was infected and I just didn't, like it was a different kind of infection or something. Then
right.
I don't know. I went to my primary care doctor Monday and she looked at it and said, nope, it's not infected. And then she said, I don't know. She asked me a bunch of questions and she basically ended up saying, I don't know. I don't know why your leg's doing that. She said,
you know what,
it could be your lymphatic system is reacting to the wound where the skin cancer was removed. And it just didn't get the memo that there's not a problem. And she said, keep an eye on it for a couple of weeks. And if it doesn't get better, then we'll do an MRI. She kept trying to say, like, maybe it's a stress fracture. And I was like, but then it would hurt to walk on it. And it doesn't hurt to walk on it.
Wouldn't I find your doctor saying, I don't know. I find that refreshing.
Well, I do too, but also it's frustrating because
frustrating, of course.
I called the dermatologist that did the skin cancer removal, and they said, it's not supposed to, even though it's been a month, because I said, it seems like it should have healed more by now. And they said, no, because it's so far down on your leg and it's so far away from your heart and it's going to take that longer to heal because of that. And so basically, like, I've had 3 different doctors now go, oh, and I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't know. Is this the point where I go on Facebook and ask strangers on the internet for medical advice? Because
oh my God, no.
I don't know who else I'm supposed to ask.
I don't know if you heard, Gayle King's been to space. She is an astronaut. She has been to the doctor's office. She's a doctor.
She's probably a doctor as well. You're right.
Call Gayle King.
Dear Gayle.
She's interviewed a couple of doctors too.
Dear Gayle King.
Yeah. She's probably even talked to a podiatrist before. Aha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gayle King might be the key to all of this.
Probably Gayle King has the answers.
Every bit of it, it's Gayle King. Look at this. I still have some of my Diet Coke left, by the way. That's how much I'm enjoying it.
Good for you.
I do not like, though. The soda has to be cold from the can to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do not like dumping warm soda over ice and then it becomes just brown water. I do not like that. I don't like how it melts all the ice. So look at all the ice cubes. Beautiful. And as you guys know, I need ice when I drink.
Mm-hmm.
I require
we've discussed multiple times your advance directive about the ice.
Oh, it's going to be written somewhere, Jess.
I know it is. I'm surprised you don't already have a tattoo on the inside of your arm that says.
I have no tattoos.
Well, if you were going to
Chris,
get
do you
one,
have any tattoos?
That would be the one to get.
Chris, do you have any tattoos?
Just a UPC number.
That's it. What is that movie? THX?
Is that what it was in? I saw it in oh God, what the fuck is it?
Diary of Anne Frank?
No. Jesus, that was dark. That was dark. No. Schindler's List, anybody? God damn, yes.
What is it called? It's
Idiocracy.
Oh,
Idiocracy. And then the guy doesn't have the UPC and everybody's freaking out. Oh my God, unscannable. I think it's also in a movie where the bald guy who's an assassin. I think it's called The Assassin, maybe. And he has one on the back of his head because he was bred to be an assassin. Jess. Is that Anne Frank? Yes. They were using those UPCs back. They were
high-tech Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
That was those damn Nazis. They were ahead of
we're heading
everybody.
in that direction now. So,
you know what? We're not far.
There's nothing to see. Everything is fine.
But that Elon Musk, he said he's going to be backing away from the Doge. I mean,
yeah, I saw he wanted to get out of politics because he was upset that everybody was attacking him.
Well, when you're an asshole, you get attacked.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
Yeah,
and when your company loses 70% of its stock value,
yep,
or 70 didn't lose 70% of its stock value, did it?
Everything's fine.
Everything's nothing to see here.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, he's really taken a big hit. His service to the country, and that's how people sell it too. Look at him; he's sacrificing so much to help this. He's sacrificing nothing, dickwads. By the way, all those people who are so fucking animated and supportive of these assholes, boy, you don't see them saying much when the shit's going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see all those posts about. I don't see them putting. Boy, Bidenomics not looking so bad right now, is it? It's a lot fucking better when the stock market hadn't lost 6,000 points.
I saw a video where Barack Obama was asking this question. He said, "Could you imagine if I did any of these things?"
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Could you imagine?
Oh God. He would have been attacked for being a black man, attacked for being stupid, would have been attacked for so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many things. And black would have been the least of it.
Yeah.
Being a black man would have been the least of his worries. They would have been attacking him for so much other stuff. And back to the Pete Hegseth. Why is that guy even still got an office anywhere in this government?
Yeah.
He's a fucking buffoon.
I did see, and I did not dig in to see if how true this was, but I did see from a reliable source that the White House was looking for his replacement.
They ought to be. Chris, are you available?
No, I'm eating Oprah's box.
At the Waffle House?
It is. I'm at Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. I'm taking Oprah's snapper right now.
I have never heard of Hip Hop Fish and Chicken.
Well, God, if only there was this device you could type anything in the world you wanted it to.
I know, but I'm just saying I've never heard of it.
Well, because you're up there.
You're up there in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it called? It's called Hip Hop
Fish and
Chicken. Fish and I bet it's good food. Hip Hop Fish. Well, look at this. Oh no, that's not it. that was showing like delicious looking shrimp. You can order online. Let's see their menu.
And they put some sort of sprinkle something on it, and it just, good Lord. I mean, it's like crack.
Sprinkle something?
Yeah, it's whatever their seasoning is. It's like crack. It's unbelievably good.
Well, they have catfish nuggets, tilapia, trout, and ocean perch, whiting. I'm taking a look at their chicken. Oh, now this I do like, chicken livers. I like chicken livers. I like fried chicken livers. You guys ever had those?
Never.
Oh, I do like fried chicken livers. They are delicious. They also have gizzards, and I like gizzards too. When they're fried right, when they're Southern style fried, breaded and fried. Oh, they're very good. They're very tasty. Are you looking at Jess? Are you looking at the menu?
Well, I was trying to look at their locations, but instead of listing their fucking locations, they put in a map, so it doesn't tell me shit because there's not any in Nashville.
Let's just see. HIPHOP.
Hip hop. It's just a funny name.
Locations are as follows. Let's see. Columbia, Maryland, Oxon Hill, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Silver Spring, Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, Capitol Heights, Glen Burnie, Laurel, and Windsor Mill, as well as Randallstown, Clinton, Temple Hills, Marlow Heights, Hyattsville, and Waldorf.
So they're based in Baltimore, I see. Dip,
They're
shake,
they're
dunk,
Baltimore
sprinkle,
company.
serve.
What was the other place used to be? Arthur Treacher's? That was one of them. What was it?
Oh, that was a good one. Arthur Treacher's and Long John's.
Yeah. Arthur Treacher's was better than Long John's.
I got food poisoning at Long John's.
Yeah. Everybody got food poisoning at Long John's.
Yeah.
Arthur Treacher's was pretty damn good. And the worst thing I think to buy at any of those places is popcorn shrimp, by the way.
Well, because it's just fried balls of nothing.
It is. You got it. It's fried balls of dough.
Yeah.
With a vein in it or something. It's not fabulous. It's fried balls of dough and some sort of mayonnaise based. They'll probably call it aioli. Mayonnaise paste with hot cayenne pepper in it or something. That's basically what it would be, I think. Well, I think you ought to try the hip hop place, Chris.
Well,
I think you ought to go try.
He said it's delicious.
Yeah, I've had it before.
Oh, you have?
No, listen. This is again the classic racism in my life. Where listen, the food's great. I just don't want it close. Okay, it's just
not in my backyard.
That is exactly right.
Up here in Maine, they don't want oil pipelines going through their backyard. Down there in Baltimore, Chris, no hip hop fish and chickens.
Oh, it's fine. Listen,
bring the oil through, but fuck that fish and chicken.
If there was one 5 miles down the road from here, I'd go. Same thing with Waffle House. It's 5 miles away from here. There's the Waffle House down in Urbana. I guess there's still the one out on 85 too. I'd go.
There's 3 Waffle Houses within probably 2 miles of me right now.
I'm sure probably a Huddle House too.
No, we don't do Huddle.
You don't have Huddles?
Mm-mm. Nope, we have Waffle House.
What is a Huddle? What is that? Huddle House?
It's Waffle
House in red.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Huddle House is more like Carolinas.
The Huddle House was last time I ate at Huddle House was Alabama.
Bring back Friendlies and Abdow's Big Boy. That's what I like.
They still have Big Boys that are popping up in Ohio, apparently.
I think Big Boys are fantastic.
Oh, I love Big Boy. Man, you used to go in and get the Wally, I know it's a hamburger place, but I got the spaghetti. And
no, there are some places now, like a Howard Johnson's, that are really good at it.
Now there's exceptions.
Now there's okay. So Wally wants to down some. You want some Hojo Cola?
High-end places where the food is fucking known for, which is fantastic. Abdow's, those are catch-all places like a Bob Evans or whatever. But a place that's known for, I didn't know they had great chicken there.
What is Bob Evans known for?
Bob Evans?
Yeah.
Burgers.
Breakfast and their mashed potatoes in the deli counter.
Well, Bob Evans at the store sells sausage, right?
Right. Yeah, they sell sausage. They
I
sell
go to Bob Evans.
cheese.
I get the sausage gravy. Okay.
I've eaten it. Yeah, I've eaten it at Bob Evans. I think it was in Indiana or Illinois.
The sausage gravy that I had with me and this engineer down in Fredericksburg went out, and the sausage gravy was so thick you could stand your spoon up in it.
Oh, I like sausage.
That's the good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But being at the beach this past weekend, 2 days in a row, a cream chip beef. Now that was good.
I like that too. I like cream chip beef too.
Oh my God.
Sausage gravy. I will sometimes buy the canned sausage gravy, but I always add like 2 sausage patties to the gravy because it's never enough sausage. Or if I get the packaged kind, you can make it yourself too with just some flour and shit. But if I get the packaged kind, and it says, half a cup of water, I make 2 packages and use 3/4 of a cup of water, and then add a bunch of gravy, a bunch of sausage. I like sausage gravy on a biscuit.
You're like my friend that gets the famous bowls at KFC, which are the mashed potatoes and corn and gravy and chicken. He never enough chicken, so he orders another 12-pack of nuggets and throws it in there.
That's a lot of nuggets, man.
No.
All right, you guys.
That's a lot of nuggets.
I gotta go.
Likes his chicken.
I have so much fucking work to get done.
All right, well, go ahead and
you got too many. Irons in the fire, Jess.
I do.
Did you get your roof fixed? Has your roof been fixed and stuff?
No.
Oh my God! All right, we got to talk about that.
That's a whole nother story about a guy who got fired. Yeah. It's a
I
whole.
want to
Can't
talk
even-
about that next week.
Yeah.
Can't even deal with this woman. Jesus
I
Christ.
can't.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
You guys
See you later.
have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.